these need to be moved in. Again, I'm working on the back wheel and I'm looking at the front, so I'm going to flip this back to the back here. I'm just going to actually unhide everything by hitting Control H, H, Control H. Just kind of see where that's leaving us. Now we have kind of a sharp edge on this part of the wheel well here, where this line that we made before kind of comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and take that edge and delete that one, so that's not quite as pinchy there. And if I wanted to, I could actually just take this, press C, my edge slice, and probably cut from there to there, and then bring this around the back of the wheel well instead of down the wheel well. Oops, I hit the Shift key and that started a new one, which I didn't want to do. So start over here. Sometimes when you're working with these programs, your keys that you use, you get confused with other programs. I do it between this and Photoshop all the time. In Photoshop, I'm trying to do something and I end up hitting Moto commands and vice versa. So I'm just bringing this line all the way around. Okay, that also defines that wheel well a little bit better. And we do have a triangle in here, but we can just take all these verts and just join those. Okay, I think that's starting to look pretty good. Now I'm going to pull the rest of the wheel well out. That was only part of it, so let's grab the rest. And we're going to go to edge mode again. Grab two edges, press the up arrow. Press Z to extend, click, it's R, and then pull that in. And I know they're not lining up on the bottom. I need to pull those down, which I'll do here in a second. Click to end the tool, and then go back into my perspective view. Okay, now there's going to need to be some loop slices here since we want to flatten this out. So I'll select two polys, mesh edit, loop slice, click, and that looks good. Those settings, that's count of 2 and geometry, about 3% and 97% respectively. Okay, now we got a little problem right here. And it looks like, let's see what we got going on. It's just not lined up properly, that's all. So we need to move those around, probably go into the top view. Oops. Go into wireframe, see what's going on. And we'll probably just grab these verts. Let's grab all these verts right here. And we'll just scale those out to 0. So they're all lined up. I think we can actually scale them in this way a little bit. Do the trick, except we got a couple of odd ones in here. Don't look like they're in the right place. Let's see. I think we got some double edges right there, and I'm not sure exactly what I did, but again, if this ends up being something that happens, You just want to weld these together, so go into edge mode and join averaged. By the way, you can set a shortcut key for this join and join averaged, so that you don't have to keep going back and forth like this. I used to have one, but I reinstalled and I haven't really reset up my shortcuts. And there's good information on how to do that if you look on I believe Vimeo. If you go to Vimeo and just type in Moto tutorials, custom shortcuts or something like that, there's a video on there that will show you how to do that. Okay, I think that's starting to look pretty good. Obviously I need to go in here and move these guys down, so I'll grab these verts. Wireframe so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I moved those in way too far. That's what happened. And so none of these are lined up. So I just need to get them all lined up into. That's why the wheel looks kind of funny from the side. And so again, it's just a process of moving stuff around where it belongs in all the views. Stretching is bad. I have vert mode. Actually, this one needs to looks pretty good. Again, I'm not trying to be perfect with this just because of time, but you're going to want to straighten everything out and then weld these edges together so that you can everything be flat and straight for you. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the front wheel, and then we're going to start pulling out some other parts of the car, cutting around the lights, etc., etc. I think you get the point now. There'll be some things that I do want to show you, but basically I've shown you everything you need to know at this point to at least get the body done. It's just a process of grabbing edges and extending them out and putting them where they belong. I can do the top ones for you real quick, show what I mean here. Just grab these, probably right about there, Z click, move them up. Get a sub D so I can have straight lines. And just moving them down. So we want to just bring this up and then curve off of that. Now we're going to want to take, again, go to poly mode, select all these, press Shift H to hide everything else, so we're only looking at what we're working on. And I'm going to go into single view, go into my back, and wireframe, and then that way I can see where my verts belong here. Should kind of lining up, but I can look on my top view as well. Just gonna make my top view slightly bigger so I can see what's going on here. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty much where they need to be. Okay, we're starting to get what looks like the vehicle right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to continue on doing that same thing, and I'm going to leave holes around the lights, but when I get to that part I will turn the video back on and we'll go from there.